trying to ignore the fact that I have like 6 videos I've filmed and haven't posted. We're gonna ignore the fact that I'm squinting because of the sun. And ignore the fact that my teeth are as yellow as a daisy. Because I want to tell everybody. Oh, this. We're gonna ignore this too. I didn't have time to find a hat or anything. I mean, I had time. I just am over the day. This is gonna make me feel better, I think. So, I want to tell everybody a story. An amazing story. With an amazing message from my father. And I think I need to turn away from the sun because I can't see shit. So, today's Mother's Day. I'm sure most Americans are aware. I don't know what day Mother's Day is in other countries, but this will apply all around to any Mother's Day in any country. Speaking of countries, can we all pray or do a spell or something for Colombia? Because it is on my mind. What's also on my mind is how this day, Mother's Day, was always way more important in our family to my father than any of the mothers or grandmothers. And here's why. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this succinctly, and that's why this is going to be a YouTube video, because I've been on TikTok a lot, and I'm going to start going back to where I wanted to use TikTok for fun and YouTube for important things, because 60 seconds is not long enough to talk about important things. And this is important. So, my father hated his mother. With good reason. Now, he never accepted the use of the word hate. I was not allowed to say hate. I had to say strongly dislike. Which is good. Hate's not good to teach anybody. I think that programmed my brain a really wonderful way at first. But I also, as an adult, have come to the heartfelt conclusion you're allowed to hate certain people. Even if it's just temporary. You can forgive them and hate them, especially if they've done harm to you. That's where we start the story. Is my father had a mother of 8 children who did a lot of damage. Now, Grandpa was not, let's just say he's the opposite of an angel. Now, for the respect of my cousin, my grandfather did change. He left my grandmother, got a new wife, changed, apparently, like a lot. It's just she's the only one in the family who ever got to see that. So, I envy her a little. And she's also really confused as to why we all feel the way we feel about him. And that's just everybody lives different versions of the world. Everybody has their own version of the world. So, my father hated his mother. He loved Mother's Day. He loved Mother's Day. Because he, like I said, did not accept hate for anyone, even in his own heart. and so he couldn't bring himself to hate her. So he had to turn that into love somehow. Miraculously, because who else would have done that? He turned it into love for himself, for his existence, and for his daughters. My dad was, I'm sure, we never talked about it, but I'm sure he was one of those men who truly envied, not for any egotistical point of view, but truly in his heart envied the ability to create life in females. Or people with uteruses. That's right, people with uteruses. So, he would celebrate us more than my mother. They didn't really get along. But he understood also that she was my mom no matter what she acted like to us. So we would always, whether she was aware of it or not, make a huge breakfast spread, beds of flowers, big dinner. I know it was more for me in the fact that you can't always help loving someone who's hurting you. And she won't deny it, when I was young, my mother was something else. So Mother's Day was always hard for me, even teeny tiny. But I loved my grandmother and I loved my father, and I had other grandmothery influences in my life, and most of my teachers were moms or grandmas, and I just developed that appreciation for the ability to give life and to be life. That's what it is, because he would say it to. This is what the message is from Dad, is say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Everybody. Men, women, anywhere in between. If you exist, you deserve to have a Happy Mother's Day. And here is why, according to Dad. You exist. You are existence. You are life. And that deserves to be respected. The Mother Earth created you as a unique being with all the cells of your ancestors, all the DNA mapping memories, the magnetic fields, whatever we're going to figure out in the long run that exists within us. It's there. So, if you see a biker dude walking down the street, say Happy Mother's Day. You'd be surprised at the reaction. Also, a lot of those type of people, they're secretly little teddy bears inside. That's my experience anyway. Say Happy Mother's Day to the old man walking down the streets. Say Happy Mother's Day to the 8-year-old girl that lives in your neighborhood. Say Happy Mother's Day to everybody, every human. Maybe even especially, and this is my point, added on to Dad's point. Maybe because they're hurting today too. I have babies. I've lost babies. Just one that I know of. Polycystic ovaries and endometriosis. I may have endometriosis. Diagnoses are hard. U.S. healthcare is bull. Anyway. Today's hard. I lost Dad last year. today's harder than Father's Day. Father's Day is not going to be this hard. Mother's Day was our day. This is hard. But. That person walking down the street, even if they don't love their mother, somewhere in the universe they had a mother. And without them, this is back to Dad's point, without you, your mother wouldn't be a mother. Whether you ever met your mother or not, adoption, lots of things happen in lots of people's lives. And on the off chance someone is hurting, that little ounce of pain the memories will cause will be greatly outweighed by the love they will feel from hearing that, from being included in the message. A person who has lost all their babies, whether by nature or violence, you're still a mother. No matter what your gender is, you created life. I think mother should be a genderless term going forward in this world. Your body created life. And maybe by the spirit, that life that you created was needed elsewhere. Or maybe in this horrific world we're in, that life was taken by force, unnaturally, and without cause, without proper cause. Not that there's any ever proper cause for that. If you have someone in your life and you know they're hurting today, don't forget about them. Tell them Happy Mother's Day. Tell them anything. Even if you think those words might hurt them, say I love you. They'll know what you mean. It's not like we can forget what day it is. Whether we have little minions pinching our faces off or not, once you feel that, this day exists for you. This day should exist for everybody, but especially people who are grieving. Maybe you're not any kind of female. Maybe you've never lost a baby. But maybe you lost your mother. Your pain is valid. And you should be included in this day. Because your pain should be heard and respected. Losing a mother is something we're all going to have to go through, one way or another. But that's one part of life that's not meant to be easy. Now, I still have mine, and she's still batshit crazy, but my husband does not. I've never met his mother. And today he's grieving because his mother is not here to see his babies. His mother never met any of his babies. That's his number 3. And today he's grieving. Now I might be a mom who's like, nobody made me breakfast for Mother's Day. But I'm also a humanist and an empath. And I understand when people are hurting. And as much as we want to avoid that pain in others, as not to exacerbate it, ignoring that pain makes it sharper. Leaving that person alone with that pain makes it as hot as lava in your heart. So, tell every person you meet today, any other day, any other year, whatever country you're in, if you have a Mother's Day on your calendar, on that day, tell every human you meet, Happy Mother's Day. And that's my message. And that's Dad's message. And I will carry his message. Even when this baby's screaming in my face. She booped her face again. Toddler problems. Toddler problems. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I love you. You are loved. You are valid. And your existence should be celebrated.